Hey, welcome everyone. This is Joe right here. He's going to be with us. He's new. So if he has any question, most likely all of you guys have the same question. And now we're going to go over classroom pretty much. You guys should be in class learning the script based on the union presentation. Part one is on Wednesday, part two is on Thursday, and then on Friday is a whole combination of both of them together. On this one, is going to be a recording of basically a classroom, but on the child safety kit checkout. Just so you're not confused, the one you're learning is the union one. Okay. So the one that they teach, the one you go to class and there's multiple agents in there, that one is the union checkout, which, as I mentioned earlier, is the same thing. We want to check out regardless of what you do. But on this one, I'm gonna show you how to use the child safety kit one, so I can make it flawless. All right. Now, if you haven't watched the Understanding the Union video, watch that first. Watch that first before you watch this video. So now let's go straight into the child safety kit. Just to double check, you guys, if definitely go on the Union one, you should know that on the Union one, you go to the company one. The company is gonna have you download the Adobe software, download the save all this on your computer so that you can organize it, all that stuff. I think that's too much. I mean, look, it's too much. So we're gonna make it simple. So you go to child safety kit checkout, you press on it. Now you're gonna see this. You're gonna see the checkout video example, which is gonna be, I think it was the right one. I'm not sure, but you're gonna start off with the slides. Here's the slides. Here is the three. Or you know, actually, I'm gonna make sure you guys know how it works. So this should be first. So we're doing right here live. The system source may affect audio quality, closing application. Why is it keep doing that? Okay. So this is gonna be first. The script. That's the first thing you're gonna look at, followed by the slides. Okay. Followed by the outline. And then how to get your license, a picture of your license at least. Oh wait. That should be 4. The AD&D. 5. Presentation. Referral text. 6. Presentation tips. 7. And then lastly, the examples. Perfect. All right. So that way you're not confused, you're gonna open up, as you know, child safety kit. Now there's a couple things you gotta do. So this is the actual script. This is a child safety kit presentation checkout script, which is pretty easy. It's gonna go based on this is really important. You pay attention to right here, the highlighted part. This means if there's no highlights on the thing, that means you gotta memorize this. If there's a yellow highlight, that means you don't have to memorize it because you can read it off the slides, literally read it off the slides. And the blue means things that you have to write on the end. Okay, so what you do here is you open up child safety kit slides, and guess what? When you open it, it's online. It's automatically already set to you. You don't have to download anything. Literally, you don't have to download a single thing. All right. Now, this is customized to me, to Daniel. So it has my business card with my license. Now we want to switch it. There's a couple edits you got to do to switch it to your info. The edits are in page number 3 and on page number, oh, that's it actually. Just page number 3. That's all you got to edit. So how do we do that? Well, you cannot physically edit this because this is my file. You can't edit it even if you tried. So what you got to do is you got to make it to your file. All right. So what you're going to do is prior to doing this, or right now, I guess right now, you're going to open your own personal drive because all of that is under share with you because I'm the one sharing you this file. You got to make a file, a folder. You're going to make a new folder and you're going to title it virtual slides or presentation slides.
Right.
Okay, whatever you want to title it, but this is what you're gonna go in it every time you make a presentation. Virtual prezo slides. That's what I'm gonna title it. If you want to copy it, perfect. Virtual prezo slides. You're gonna create it, and then within there, I'm gonna create separate folders. The first folder is gonna be child safety kit checkout. Checkout. Slide. Well, we know it's slide, so. Okay. And then, so you're gonna have that. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go back to share with, because that's, it should be yours on share with. Yeah, so you're gonna go to welcome aboard. New agent checkout, child safe checkout. And then everything else you're not gonna edit. So only this, we wanna make it yours. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna press it so you can highlight it just like that, see? Right, left click it, then you're gonna right click it and you're gonna see all these options. You're gonna put make a copy. So you can make a copy for you to personalize. So put make a copy, bam. And it's gonna, on yours, it's gonna say show my location of where it is. Because this is mine, you won't be able to see it. You're gonna see it like this. It won't happen on yours like that. And any of you guys, because this is my file. On yours, you're gonna see share my location. It's gonna be it's gonna look like something like this, like pretend I'm not doing this. It's not gonna appear here. It's gonna appear on your drive, and you're gonna see a shared show location. Click on that. Now, if you miss the opportunity and it doesn't show location, you just go to my drive and look for it. Go to your drive specifically, and look for it. It should be at the bottom somewhere. There we go. Copy of, and you see it. Okay. So you're now gonna select it, and you're gonna right click it again, and you're gonna put move to. And then you're gonna move it to the file that we just created, which we called it virtual prezo slides. And you're gonna move it on the checkout. Okay. Now, do you have to move it? Can you just leave it at the bottom? Yes, you technically can leave it at the bottom. However, don't do that because we're trying to be very organized, because being organized pays off. Trust me. So yes. Should be under virtual prezo slides, new checkout. Now that it's yours, you made a copy of mine. Now it's technically yours. Now you can edit it all you want because now it's yours. Okay, so now you click it and it's gonna automatically open just like it did right now. And it's gonna take a little bit of loading depending on your internet. But now, since it's yours, you're all good. Now, the first thing I suggest you do is change the name, obviously. It's going to say copy of to, because that's exactly how you copy it. So just change it to regularly. Just remove the copy of to and just leave it like that so you don't get confused, okay? Child safe checkout. All right. Now, this open on a separate tab. Go back to this and go back to, now that you have it open, go back to the DLV-AIO file. Okay. And then welcome aboard. Checkout. Child safe checkout. And now, you look at the page, the script, this, and now let's open the outline. Well, first let's open both of them because we got to follow the order, 1 and 2. So on here, it's very specific. First, you got to memorize the intro. The intro has to be flawless because every presentation that we do, union presentation, Chelsea presentation, referral presentation, POS presentation, you know, final expenses, will kit, everything, it's literally the same outline. We do an intro, we give them no cost benefits, we do a needs analysis, we do life insurance. They're all the same intro. Um, the same pretty much steps, the same words we use. The only main difference is the introduction. It's so different because it's the top of the presentation. Your introduction has to be flawless, okay? And also the ending, because the client will only remember the beginning, the ending, and how they felt throughout the whole presentation. That's all they're going to remember, honestly. So your introduction has to be flawless. Your introduction determines if they're going to buy from you or not. The introduction will determine if they like you or not. Okay. So if you sound a little goofy, you sound like you have no idea what you're doing, you're confused, they're going to be like, do we really trust this guy to be responsible with our finance when it comes to life insurance? Maybe not. Okay. I learned that the hard way. So I want to make sure this introduction is flawless.
Yes.
Now, you're going to see that the union one is like 2 sentences. That doesn't mean it's actually 2 sentences in real life. The union one is just 2 sentences for passing checkout, for all of the purpose of passing checkout. The real one actually is as long as this, even longer actually. But this just so you can know, let the client know what's going on, what's up. So I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna also open my eApp. Let me see, share screen. So you should have your eApp. Yours should be under training. So let's go with John Smith. Oh, since it is classroom, your eApp, once you open it, you gotta, don't press next unless the client is there with you on Zoom. Okay, because if you press next and the client didn't show, this already counted as a sale, as a presentation on your record. So if let's say you open it, you press next 20 times, but in reality, only 3 of them show, the other one didn't even bother to show. On paper, it shows that you did 20 presentations and you closed 1. When in reality, you only did 3 presentations and closed 1. So see how it's going to affect your numbers? So here, it's pretty simple. You only need to put one of the person's name and last name, date of birth, state they're in. Yours should automatically be under training, English or Spanish. And then family status doesn't really matter. Actually, you can unlock it in later. So I always put married with dependents. I always put that because this doesn't really matter. You do not fill this out. You don't need to. Group name, group lead, you don't have to. It doesn't do anything regardless. And then once the client is there, then you press next. Okay. So let's go back to the script. So as you can see here, it starts with introduction, building rapport. Now, rapport is not really scripted because it varies from person to person as to how you're doing, but you're pretty much gonna ask the same questions like, how are you doing? Did you just go back from work? Now, when we do rapport, we're not talking about anything. We have specific things that we always ask. For example, how are you doing? To break the ice, did you just get home from work? Was your day off today? We want to know that because we want to know offhand, are they even working? Because what if they tell me, oh no, I'm actually unemployed for the last year? What about your wife? Did she get home from work right now? No, she's been unemployed for the last year. Then I'm gonna have to think, well, they probably won't be able to buy the life insurance. They've been unemployed for the last year, but I'm gonna get a referral. So specific questions. Also, how's your job been affected because of COVID? I'm gonna find out if they're working or not. Has anyone has COVID? More of what's going on right now in today's society. Oh, my wife just got news with COVID last week. Now I'm able to know, okay, maybe I cannot insure them. So it's specific questions like that to break the ice. Then the way this is built is it has a tab here, the when you should be sharing the screen and when you should be unsharing the screen. So first it says unshare. So this is a introduction. So the introduction, it should be unshare. So for example, it should be talking to you like this. Don't show any slides, don't show anything. So it's just so if I were to ask Joe and Joe was, let's say, a single parent, I would be, hey, Joe, do you remember where you requested a child safety kit program? Was it through the police station, the school department, online? Do you remember where? And then whatever he says, it doesn't really matter. It's the same answer. Okay, thanks for letting me know, because we want to concentrate. So Joe, let me go ahead and start from the beginning and introduce myself. All right. So my name is Daniel, and I work for American Income Life Insurance Company. We're one of the nation's largest provider of supplemental insurance to labor unions, credit unions, and associations like the police and teachers union. Now we've been around for over 65 years, and we're located all over the United States. Now, unless you're part of a union, we typically wouldn't be sitting down with you. The only reason we're able to sit down with you today is because the Child Safety Kid program is sponsored by the police and teachers union. So we're gonna do a couple things for you today, all right? One, we're gonna help you activate the Child Safety Kid mobile app on your phone and explain how to use it. And then after that, so since we are working with the police union, what the union asked us to do is they have extended some of their benefits to you to help out. Some of them are at no cost and some of them are optional too, which we'll go through as well. The only thing I want from you, Joe, if something doesn't make sense or you don't understand something, maybe I'm going too fast, please let me know because we can't come back to see you. So we try to take care of everything today. Okay. So that's pretty much the introduction. Now you gotta know the introduction flawless. You can't be stuttering. You can't be I don't know what to say, and definitely do not read it off because if let's say I'm with the client and it looks like this, so Joe, so I work with American Income Life, and we are the nation's largest provider of supplemental benefits. No, you gotta make sure you know that flawless.
Yes,
Now we do tell you to pass checkout that if you need to, but let's not even talk about that. But if emergency wise you need to, minimize the screen and maybe have it on the top. But it shouldn't be like that.
oh,
You gotta know this flawless, bro, because that's your responsibility.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen, but it says unsure, percent is unsure. Now that I passed this introduction, you go to share slide 2, which you open it. Slide 2 is right here. Now I always open it with this because this stays on the screen for like a second. So when you open it, you're not clicking one by one. It's not supposed to be like that. What you do is you put present. You put present, and then it does it all nicely like that. Okay, and the way you press next is if you move two options. If you move your mouse on the bottom left, I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but you see this arrow? You can go back and forth, but that's if you don't know how to use the computer, okay? With this, you can use your actual keyboard. On your keyboard, there's the arrows, the up and down, left and right. So you're gonna use the left and right. The right is to go forward, and the left is to go backwards. Now, if you want to exit this because it took the whole screen, you hover around the top and you're gonna see this X come out, and you press it. Oh, hover around it and you press it, and it gets you back to here. Okay, so if we look at the script, it says slide 2, briefly go over the slide. This should take no more than 30 seconds. Why? Because slide 2 talks about who we are, American Income Life, all that stuff. It says this shouldn't take more than 30 seconds. Why? Because you just explained who we are here. We just want them to show something, a visual of what we just said. Okay, and then it says, and just for good measures, here's my ID badge that I will show with you, blah, blah, blah. Not because COVID has affected many businesses. So it looks something like this. So it looks something like this. Hey, the only thing I ask for you today, Joe, if something doesn't make sense or you don't understand something or I'm going too fast, please let me know and ask questions because we can't come back to see you. We try to take care of everything today. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good, Joe. Okay, perfect. I want to hear a verbal yes. Same thing with the client.
Yeah.
If it's just like that, no, you're not taking nods, bro. You're taking actual answers, yes or no. Okay. It's like, and if they like, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, you cut off. Can you speak up? Yeah, all right. Yeah.
All right, Joe. So let me go ahead and share this with you. I'm gonna do that. Press present. Let's see this. So again, here's who we are. American Income Life. We were founded in 1951, and like I said earlier, we are the only 100% union insurance company out here in the United States. We do have an A+ rating when it comes to insurance from AM Best, which is one of the country's oldest and most respected insurance rating out here. All right, and that's it. Notice how it took less than 30 seconds, and then you press the next. And just for good measures, here's my ID badge that I will have with me if we were to meet in person. But because of COVID, no, we can't. So here's my business card and my license, because you do need a license to do what I'm doing here in the state of California. And I'm just pressing the right arrow. And if I press 1, I control every little action. See?
Wow.
And then I'm on the other script that says, now, as you know, with COVID, it has affected a lot of businesses. I leave that. I'm not reading that. I just say, because COVID has affected a lot of businesses, one way we're helping out, one way we're helping is by offering opportunities to anyone looking for a new career change, or first-time employment. We're currently contracting more individuals all over California. Who do you know, Joe? Who do you know who's looking for something better, doesn't have a job, or recently graduated from school? See how I'm just reading off the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I'm reading, I'm clicking so it can show one at a time. Okay. Now, one thing that I gotta let you know, and everyone that's new, we can't really use the word hire. We've been restricted to use only contracting because it has two different meanings. We're 1099, we're independent contractors, so we're not technically hiring no one. We just want to be proper with what we use. So we're contracting, we're not hiring, because now we're not going to go into details when we're explaining this to the client, but we just want to make sure we use the right verbiage. You know, we're contracting.
Right.
Cool. Now, if they don't give you one or two, that's fine. Not everyone will, but always ask, because you're giving someone an opportunity. They might be good at this, it might be not. And if you knew, the company does have an incentive that we're able to help you out if you just help us grow. You know, but it's not for everyone. The one thing I tell everyone is, hey, invite when so many people as you want. All you're doing is opening the door. If they feel they can walk through it, great. It might change your life, because it definitely changed my life. But if it is not for them, then it's not for them. But at least you ask. Okay, you never know who you might meet. So through here, I'm gonna open my e-app. Do you see my e-app?
I do not.
Okay, maybe it's not sharing the whole thing. What about now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here, let's go to the I'm gonna minimize this for now. On the script, we just did part 1. I mean part 2, part 3 too. We just did all that. Now we're here. Write down names of recruits on eApp under recruiting referrals after the second video. So this is if they do give you someone, you're gonna write it down on eApp. That's why it's highlighted blue. So if I go to eApp, it says on after the second video because of this. When you press next, you choose what type of lead this is. This is important. This is a child safety care lead.
Congratulations, American.
This is the first video. Now, we don't show videos. However, I tell everyone who's a new agent, you must watch every single video on the eApp, because the video will actually teach you how to talk to people, but we don't show it. Okay, so this is the first video.
Life is proud.
After this is done, comes the next video. You press continue. This is what we call the culture video.
At AIL, giving back is our core philosophy.
This is what we call the culture video. This will be considered video number 2. That's why it says write down recruits after the second video. This is the second video. You press next, continue, and then this comes out. This comes out. This is titled recruiting referral. Okay, recruiting referral. This is where you write if they do know someone who's looking for a new job, new work, new employment. Very important. You're gonna write referral by who? That's very important. Who are we sitting down with? We're sitting down with here with Joe. Okay. Oh, we're gonna pretend your name is John. We put John earlier. We're sitting with John Smith. If we're sitting with husband and wife, then I'm gonna put John Smith and Jasmine Smith. Now, the reason I personally, when there's an and, I just put the N word, is because you cannot just write everything. It is a shortcut. So if I were to put a long name like Francisco and let me see, Jasmine, or that this fit, or I mean, what's a name, long name?
Esmeralda.
What?
Esmeralda.
Oh yeah, Esmeralda Dominguez. Oh, see, if I'm writing Dominguez or Smith, it cuts off. I can't write anymore. So this is why I make it better and I just write the N, because I know N means N. Okay, so John and Jasmine, to say your wife is Jasmine Smith. Okay, now here, there's a lot of tabs you can fill out, but you don't need that. The only thing you need is the name of the people they want to recommend. So let's say you want to recommend your cousin Robert. Robert, what's Robert's name? You know, Gonzalez. If you don't, if they don't know their last name, it's fine. If it's a friend, you just put it next. Okay, but if they do, great. If they don't, just put it next. Of course, we need the phone number. You got to reach out to them to 323-919-0372. Okay. Referral relationship. I got to know who Robert is to John and Jasmine. So if it's a John's cousin or Jasmine's cousin, I'm going to write cousin of Jasmine. This is important because if I call and I assume it's just his cousin, you know, your manager is going to call, hey, Robert, I'm calling on behalf of your cousin John. And I'm like, cousin John? I don't have a cousin John because I didn't write exactly who it is, cousin of Jasmine. Okay, or it can be friend of both. So be very specific. So let's say cousin of Jasmine, yeah, her cousin. And then find out what city they're in. So they say they're in West Covina. And then that's it. You do not get an address because it's weird. Don't get an email. Don't even bother asking what time we should call. It doesn't matter. If they want better work, I'm gonna call whenever I have time. All right. So that's all you need to do. Name, of course, phone number, relationship, and what city they live in. And of course, put California here or it won't let you go through. Now notice how on referral relationship, I didn't put a space. That's because the computer won't allow you to move forward. Anything else, you can put a space. With this, it won't. See, if I don't put a space, I press submit. See, it has like an error. This is why anywhere else you're allowed to put a space except for here. So I don't know why.
Yeah.
So, cousin of Jasmine. Now, also really important. Now, whoever you're trying to help out in the family who's looking for work, you're not gonna call them. Your manager is gonna call them to our office, let them know what we have, which in that case it will be me. So please fill in the notes, anything that can help us make a better communication. For example, if this is regarding to work, I'm gonna ask John and Jasmine, hey, is Robert working at the moment? If they were to say, yeah, he's working at Burger King, but he hates it, I'm gonna write, works at Burger King. Okay, so when I talk to Robert, it has a much better connection. Like, hey, Robert, I'm calling on behalf of your cousin Jasmine and her spouse John. They mentioned that you're looking for work. So you work at Burger King, but you hate it, right? And then he'll be like, oh yeah, it's a much better connection. Or let's say they would say, yeah, the recently got laid off, from Staples. I want to know that because it builds a much better connection. Okay. Now, also, as they're telling you this, you write that down. Don't do the awkward thing where they're like, yeah, his leg got ran over, so right now he's unable to work. So he's just at home, but he was working at Burger King. I'm gonna try as much as possible. Don't do this where they tell you that you're like, pretend I'm writing something, So, so it's like, working, and then I'm like, wait, John, you said that he's not working, right? Okay, not working because you said because his leg got hurt. Yeah, like okay. And then you said that he's working as a Burger King. Like don't you know? It looks weird. Like it's like, oh, are you writing everything I tell you? You know. So don't make it seem like wait. So you said Burger King. Okay, Burger King, and you said he's doing that. You know, because it's looking like I'm like interviewing you or something. You know, so just write it as he's saying it as much as you can catch. Okay. But don't be weird about it where you're asking him every little thing. All right, but we want to know. But definitely asking like what are they doing at the moment? Are they working? They're not working, not working. Okay. A quick question. Do you know like are they good with people? Like they like helping people, you know, good with people. So they know like, okay, I'll let the manager know. Okay. So let's see what works at Burger King. Okay, from there, okay, who's next and who's next? And you're gonna press submit so it can save. Press submit. Okay, for this example, oh yeah, let's press submit. Press submit. Please donate non-perishable food items. We don't do this anymore. Back in the days before COVID, we used to go to people's home and that we will ask them if they want to donate cans, but not anymore. So press continue. And then it gets you to this. Now, don't get it confused with what you saw earlier. Earlier, it says select lead type. That means the type of presentation you're doing. Referral, child safe union, etc., etc. That's a lead type. This is choose introduction offer. This is choose what no-cost benefit you want them. You have the individual AD&D benefit, the child safe kit benefit, the discount card benefit, child mobile safe benefit, and so on. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this is that let's say you want to do the child safety kit benefit because we're doing a child safety kit. You click on it, the video comes out.
You've had that feeling.
Which you should watch. After the video ends, you can press add referrals or continue. We're going to add referrals because we always ask referrals after that. Okay. And then it comes out with this thing too. You can add referrals. And then you press submit and you press the next benefit and so on. So you're pretty much saving referrals on each category, AD&D, child safe, and so on, right? Now, I don't like that because if you save the child safety kit, they give you 10 people, and then you ask them about the individual AD&D, and they give you like, okay, the same 10 people I wrote plus 2 more, you're not gonna know who the other 10 people there are because after you press submit, you can't see the list anymore. So what you want to do, you're gonna stay here, and on the script. So after you wrote down the personal recruits, next comes the first no-cost benefits. So since they requested a child safety kit, we're going to talk about child safety kit. Okay, so you should be on slide number 4 at that time, right here. Now, if you notice, it says this is the main website, and as you can see here, nearly 1,800 kids reported. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to press present. So as you can see here, there's the main website, and as you can see, nearly 1,800 kids were reported missing today in the U.S. and Canada. That's very tragic, Joe, right?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. And then you go to the next one. As I mentioned, since this is sponsored by the police union, here's a quick message from them regarding the program. And that's where you play this. And it literally tells you what to do in every slide. So I'm not going to read all of them right now, but it tells you what to do after one slide and the other one. Here's an app. Now, here's a video too, which is literally the same video that comes out here. I just put it here. After that, so you're going to do that. God forbid your child were to go missing, blah, blah, blah. Review the slides. Review the slides. And then from slide number 8 to 12. All right, let's get started. From 8 to 12, you're going to walk them through the whole signing them up, which is very easy. Please go through all this. It's very easy to do that. 8 to 12. Now that I'm 12, if I present, then it's this. You press the next bar, and then it says help save a child's life, and you press next. Our goal as a company is to provide this to blah, 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 blah. So on the script, we should be under referral, slide number 3. Joe, if you had the opportunity to save a child's life, would you?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, our goal as a company is to provide these kids. So I'm doing that here. Like, so I'm like, I just finished explaining this part. Great. Hey Joe, if you had the opportunity to save a child's life, would you?
Yes, I would. Yes.
Okay, listen. Our goal as a company is to provide this. Notice how I just press the next, and then I'm just reading this out.
Yeah, that works.
Now, that's when you collect the referral. Write down referrals on the app, and you write it here. Now, what we used to do is we used to press Child Safe mobile app,
Mhm.
and then put our referrals here. And then after you wrote a good amount, let's say I write, 10 of them, I press submit, and that's it. That information is stored somewhere that I'll show you at the end, but we can't see it after this. We have to end the whole presentation to see it. And then we're gonna ask referrals for the other benefits. It's too much. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna press continue. And there's gonna be this video that says, hey, Joe, you haven't collected any referrals. So you press continue.
Value,
Comes this video.
overwhelming need, and positive response for these no-cost benefits. American Income Life is allowing you the privilege to sponsor friends, family.
So that video is saying, Joe, you didn't collect any referrals, bro. You gotta collect referrals. So that video is gonna always come out because we didn't submit anything. And we did that specifically for a reason. Because we didn't submit anything, you press continue, it's gonna then give you a list of referrals in general. Here. On here, you're able to select what type of referral it is. On the other ones, we have to select each individual tab. It automatically has it already. You can't change it because you're selecting a child save, AD&D, discount card. Here, you're able to select. So if I'm asking, so I'll refer by John and Jasmine Smith. Organization. This is the current presentation that you're doing right now. So John and Jasmine, they requested a child safety kit. So I'm gonna write CSK. So because I'm sitting down. This is organization is what is this? Here's a way to you can remind yourself. Organization is why am I sitting with John and Jasmine? I'm sitting with John and Jasmine because they requested a child safety kit. If it was like a union, I will write the union name like let's say Teamster 60. And here's why. So let's say I'm asking the referral question, who do you know? Our goal as a company is to provide these kits to as many family as possible. Who do you know? Oh, Jasmine says my sister, Carly. Carly, okay. Carly, I don't know. Gonzalez. Okay. What's her spouse? Oh, there's specific things here. So spouse is really important. You always ask, okay, does Carly have a significant other or spouse? Yes. Okay. What's his name? Okay. His name is Robert. Okay, perfect. Robert. Now, if they don't know, but they do know they have a spouse, just write the word yes. If they know they don't have a spouse, just write no. If they have no idea, then put I don't know. Okay. So they say they know Robert. Okay, and Carly is what? Your sister? Okay, sister of Jasmine. And what city does she live in? Long Beach. Okay, that's it. Same thing as the other one. Don't need to know their address or email, best time to call, none of that. But on the notes is really important. I'm gonna rewrite with spouse. So I know they have a spouse. If they have no spouse, just put an S, no spouse, but with spouse is WS. I'm gonna write, since I'm asking about child safety kit kids, hey, how many children under 18 does Carly have and Robert? They have 3, okay, 3 CSK. Okay, write that, very important. And then I select child safety kit right here. And here's where the organization comes into play. So let's say this is not a child safety presentation. Let's say it's a Teamsters, a union. When I call Carly, hey, Carly, I'm calling on behalf of your sister, Jasmine. I sat down with her and John. They were able to sponsor you for some child safety kit program through John's union, the Teamsters, Or let's say it goes the way where, yeah, I'm calling on behalf of Jasmine and John. If Carly were to ask, okay, why did you sit down with John and Jasmine? What's up? and I have this blank, I'm like, why did I sit down with them? They requested some benefits. They're gonna click on you. But if I say, Teamsters 360, I'm like, yeah, I sat down with them because John is part of his union, his Teamsters. He drives a truck, through UPS. Yeah, so he got some benefits. I'm able to be more organized. Now, in this scenario, John and Jasmine originally requested a child safety kit. So I'm like, yeah, John and Jasmine actually requested this program themselves, child safety kit program. Or if there were a referral, child safe referral, yeah, John and Jasmine actually got sponsored through a child safety care program, and so on. So that's what this is really important. Okay, and then let's say they give you, let's fill this out. Don't know their name. Yes, as a spouse. 323-524. Friends. Long Beach.
Mhm.
Okay. One child, and so on. Assume I already put like 5 in here, right? Do not press submit yet. Leave it here. Okay. And then now this is how it's gonna look like. When you press present, like when you press share, you can share to share your whole screen or Google itself. Share Google itself. Don't put share the whole screen because it looks like this. When you put it looks this is how I want it to look like. All you're doing is this. In the background, I'm opening the e-app and I'm writing all this down. Do you see what I'm opening and writing down?
I don't.
You don't. I want that. I don't want you to see it. Let's leave it here because all the client sees is a flawless presentation. Okay, because look,
Alright,
here, hold up.
you see it. I see.
You see, I'm writing on the e-app.
Yes, sir.
In the background is the slides where I left you on.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want the client to see.
Correct.
Okay, so look, so if I
Yeah.
share the whole screen, just share the slides, and I can leave you here. All the client sees is this. It's a flawless thing that they see, which is what you're seeing right now.
That's
But
great.
what you do is on your keyboard, you press the Windows button, or if you have a more new computer, you
Mhm.
do 3 fingers and you press and you swipe up. And when you swipe up, you see like all this stuff. So look, I'm gonna do it again. Do you see my oh wait, let me
Yeah, I see you. It's clear. You're good.
hold on. I think it's better. Okay. It's not really.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So either you can press your window keyboard and then this comes out, the tabs at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and then you press the app. And since I only share the Google Drive, all they're seeing is a Google Drive, but in reality, you're typing all of this. That's one way you can do it. The other way is if you do 3 and you're
Yeah, I just tried that. It worked great. Yeah.
swipe up, it gives you like all these options and you press on either one of them and then you can type and all the client sees is the background
Yes, sir.
where you left it on. All right. But for training purposes only, I'm gonna share my full screen. So this is what I'm seeing as an agent. And where I left the client is on the drive. You get it?
Yep.
Okay. So after they gave you, 10 referrals for child safety kit, don't press submit yet. Leave it there. You can just click on the drive itself, the Google Drive, and you're back on action, back where you left off.
Mm.
Okay, which you should have be left off right here. After that, the next program we're gonna put together is to take care of the family if anything happens to you, John. which is this is going to be this accidental coverage. Now we want to type some on this. We can't really type in there. So you're going to press the X button here to take you away from here. Okay. So you're going to be exiting the presentation style. And at that point, you should be right here. The next program we put together is to help protect you. What I have here is your individual coverage of, and so on, which I'm doing that here, the way here. So what I have here, John, is a $2,000 certificate of coverage. The way it works is that we're going to cover you for $2,000. God forbid you pass away due to an accident. Now, I know it's not a lot of money. It's not going to pay for the funeral, but trust me, it will help out in time of needs. The way this works is very simple. Is if you pass away due to an accident, we're going to give $2,000 to your beneficiary to at least help them out with something, Okay, so after I explain this, if you go back to the drive, this is where this comes in. Number 5, $2,000 AD&D. You're gonna click on it, and it's gonna say, how do you want to open it? Always choose the Doc Hub. This is gonna be your best friend. Doc Hub, and it's gonna look something like this. I already have it saved, but for all you new people, it's not gonna be saved. Once you open it, you're gonna be able to have it saved. Okay, it's gonna look exactly like this. If I were to open this with Hub, it's gonna open this page right here. Bam. So this allows me to edit and type in their name info. This is for a client I just did. And when I'm done, I press download, and it downloads on my computer. So it's like, so I'm gonna show you the one I just did earlier. I go to my file. I have a file for it. Documents, documents, paperwork, $2,000 certificate. Here we go. The one I just did today, right here. And this one, we actually have to email it to someone specifically so they can actually get the coverage. Okay. So in reality, you're supposed to have the slides open and this open so you can start editing it.
Yep.
All right. So then we go through there. Same scenario. Referral at the end, write down on EAP. Oh, here's write down on EAP. So let's say now, okay, hey, who do you know that you want to give this out to? You're able to give it to 10 of your closest friends. And let's say they already gave you 5 child safety kits before that. And they're like, oh, well, you can just give it to the same 5 people that I gave you, my aunt, my cousin, my friend. I'm like, okay, cool. All I do on here on the EAP, I go back to the people they gave me and then mark in AD&D. AD&D. See, so now I know it's going to be AD&D and child safety. Because I'm choosing multiple ones. And the new ones that are only AD&D, I'm just pressing AD&D and then filling in the rest. You get it?
Yeah.
You sure?
They're individually marked.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here, let's say now I go to the next benefit, which is the AIO Plus. I explain the AIO Plus. Yeah. And then for the AIO Plus, I always, again, at the end, who do you know that we can get this out to? Well, give it to everyone I just said earlier. Okay, cool. Now I go to everyone she said, and now I'm marking the Discord card.
There you go. Yeah.
Now they're getting all 3. And now I'm on like lead number, referral number 9. Okay. Other than them, who else do you want to give out to? I mean, that you want to help out? And they'll give you more people. But that way, the reason this is so easy, much easier, is because if they give you 5 people and you submit it, and they give you the other 5 people originally, you're not gonna know who is who. Okay, you're not gonna remember all of them. So this gives you the you're able to see the whole thing, and you can just press add new additional person to keep increasing to 11, 10, and so on and so on. All right, we're following along so good, so well, so far.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's talk about something real quick. Outline. The outline is very important. The outline should be like memorized like it was the back of your hand. This will help you with anything if you ever get stuck in any presentation. The outline is the same for every presentation. First is report, then it's introduction, then comes the no cost benefits. So this is a child safety presentation. So it's a child safety benefit first, followed by the accidental death and AIO plus. If it was a union, it would be accidental death, child safe, AIO plus. If it's an AIO plus appointment, it would be AIO plus, child safe. Get it? So whatever type of presentation it is, it's for the first benefit. And the process to that is the same thing. IRT, that's going to be your best friend. Intro, review, tie down, and then referral collection. Intro, review, tie down. So as you hear right here, child safe, no cost benefit, intro, review, tie down, referral collection, AD&D. Intro, review, tie down. You got to introduce what you're talking about. You got to review and you got to tie it down. Make sure it makes sense to them. And then referral collection. So the outline has to be your best friend, because if you ever get stuck, like you're here, you're talking about the accidental death and dismemberment, and you're reviewing it, and then the little baby is crying and they got to get up, and they're like, hold up, give me 2 minutes, I got to change a baby. And they come back 10 minutes later, you're like, where did I left off? It confuses you. But if you know the outline, you know you left off on accidental death review. So now you got to do tie down next. Okay. So no cost benefits, intro, review, tie down. And then transition to life insurance, remind them to call life insurance 101. So, and then when it comes to life insurance, same process, intro, review, tie down. Okay. And so on. So the reason I bring this up, so now let's go back to here. Now I just I'm talking about the where's the okay script. Now I just finished with the AIO plus, and then slides end here. Continue using EAP only. And if you notice here, that's it. It ends here. There's no more. You don't have to show this. You just end right there. There's no more slides. On the union one, it's gonna tell you to continue with the no cost benefit and all that stuff. We do that on the actual EAP. So you end right there using the slides. From that point on, you're no longer sharing the slides because you should be done with it. You continue with, booking the referral on the spot and finish AIO plus program. So on your EAP, it says continue EAP. That's when we're gonna submit the referrals we just got. On this specific scenario, I'm gonna close it. But on the real one, you press submit, and then comes to video, which is called Insurance 101. And then on the script, it says finish AIO plus program, which means this on the top. We got to finish it because this is where we're going to be sending the information. So it's John Smith, at gmail.com, phone number 323-919-0372, whatever, city of 5700 Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90063. This is where they're going to be getting the health program. So after I do this, I always tell them, hey, can you verify again your email? Because we're going to be sending you the AIO Plus program. You will get an email 3 to 5 days from now where it says, welcome to the AIO Plus family. If you don't see it on your regular folder, check your spam, please, all right? So that's where we just finished with the finish AIO Plus program. Next, proceed to fill out needs analysis. Then comes a needs analysis. A needs analysis is this right here. It's literally titled needs analysis. And that's, so the next part we're going to go over is the optional family protection plan. This is something that the police unit has asked us to do with each family. They know that after we sit down with you and set up the child safety kit for each family, you'll have something set up in place to protect your children, God forbid they go missing. However, most of the families we meet don't have anything set in place, God forbid something happens to the parents. Does that make sense how that works, John and Jasmine? Great. Now, this is something you do have to qualify for. So let me ask you a couple questions to see exactly what you qualify for and then move on from there. Now, also, you should, before that, my bad. Before that, when you're filling out the AIO Plus program, finishing it up, might as well just fill all this up right here. All right, just fill all this up. Got it? This is like for everyone who's gonna be in the insurance. Make sense? Questions?
I don't see what you're filling out. Qualify for?
No? Okay, hold up. So
Sorry.
you know how on the here it says finish AIO Plus program?
Mhm.
Do you see what I'm seeing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That means fill this top portion. This is for the AIO Plus program. This is where we're going to be sending the AIO Plus program. This right here, the needs analysis, this is the people that we're going to be covering for life insurance. So right after you finish this, just continue filling this out. They're going to assume is everything the same thing so they can use the AIO Plus program. They're going to assume that. So
Mhm.
just fill that out. 1980.
Yeah. 1999.
I'm filling for Jasmine. And I'm filling for Bobby.
Mhm.
2005.
What happened to the
So-
8 o'clock?
I don't know. I'm recording this thing. I don't know what happened to it anymore.
Did you go?
No, I thought he was gonna tell me when they're in there. Hold up, Joe.
No worries.
Okay, so yeah, just finish all this,
Mhm.
and then after that, then you say that needs analysis. So the next part we're going through is family protection plan. Let me ask you a couple questions before we move on.
Mhm.
Now, prior to this, so do you guys have any final expenses protection like life insurance? Do you have any legacy plan? Blah, 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 and then so on, and then proceed to survey medical question, which is this right here. Family medical condition or question. Any internal cancer, insulin diabetes, currently using oxygen, and so on and so on and so on and so on.
Mhm.
Okay. And from this point on, everything you learn in the classroom is the same thing. Because from this point on, everyone is using the e-app. The only difference is that from here, we're using the my slides.
Mm.
The OV.
Yeah.
Everything else from that point is the same thing. Now, okay, actually it's not. Because on the union, let me open the union one. This is what they're teaching you in class. It's a different wordage. So if you go to needs analysis,
Mhm.
as you know, all the benefits you go through work, blah, blah, blah. That's it for the needs analysis. This is their needs analysis. And this is the one on my script. The needs analysis is a lot more because it goes more into depth. Okay, because this has to be on point because you're going to talk about life insurance now, the part that we get paid on. We don't get paid to deliver no cost benefit. Okay, so that's why the company thinks that you should learn a simple one and then learn the bigger one. I think you should just learn the real one right away.
We're going hard.
There's no
Yeah.
point. I want to make sure you're successful, not just okay, and then we fix. No, might as well just you know how they say, practice makes perfect, or it has to be, great practice makes perfect. Because if you just practice and it's not the right way, then it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, this doesn't work. I get you.
Yeah, so on the classroom, they're gonna talk about this one. So don't be the guy that says, "Hey, I don't have the script." I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna be the same. All right, needs analysis is different, but it has the same purpose.
Yeah.
And then comes the mandatory read-off letter, and then at this point on the classroom, everything else is the same, except for the closing. So we have all your final expenses taken care of. This is the union one, the one you're learning in class. So we have your final expenses taken care of, blah, 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 blah. Mine is like this. Final recap. Okay. So mine is more to the point.
Mhm.
How it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then this.
Agree.
All right. So that's pretty much it. That's how you're gonna be using this slide. Did that make sense on how to use the slides?
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out right now. It makes total sense.
Okay,
I
now
feel very comfortable using them.
now that you have it on your drive, because remember we made a drive that says virtual prezo
Yeah.
checkout. You open it, it opens. Now we can edit it. So now I'm gonna show you how to edit it.
Mm.
Okay. So you're gonna go back to the DLV file. Welcome aboard. New agent checkout. Child safe. Outline. Get your PDF license. Okay, so you gotta have your license here, not mine.
Oh,
So you go to get your license. There's two ways you can get your license. A PDF version of it.
uh-huh.
Okay. So if you want it to look like this, how I have it, you see,
Yeah.
you click on this link. If you want it to look like this, you click on that link. This I like, it's just it's too big to put on there. You can't see anything. This you can actually see things. Because
Mhm.
can you really read this?
No, no names.
No.
Yeah, the other one's
It's gonna
clear.
be the same size. So all you do is click on it,
Circle.
and you have to build an account.
Yeah, I should have one. I just checked on my account, so I have one. We're good.
And then you sign in.
Yeah.
It's gonna have you build an account in case you don't have one. It's free, by the way.
Yeah, no,
And then
working great.
print license. Don't show this again. It's gonna charge you 0 cents, $0.00.
Okay.
Okay, so back. Or what happened? Print license. Renew license, change content. Oh, it looks like I already had it here. Okay. So once you print license,
Mhm.
it's gonna. I think because I already did mine.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's print license,
It should.
and it's gonna give you something else. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Individual, license state California.
Uh-huh.
Fill this out. Press continue. It's gonna say it's gonna charge you $0.00. So just press accept, and
Mhm.
then it's gonna come out with a page that is
Oh,
yeah. What?
it's gonna come out like you showed me.
Yeah.
Great.
So like let me show you. My license is where is it at? 0L 0L
Wow.
61396. Like I'll show you. There you go. See, it's gonna say $0.00, and you press continue,
Mm-hmm.
and you get this.
Wow.
And this is the actual thing at the bottom, but I only do this. Okay.
Looks
You
great.
get
I
that,
can't wait to get that. Yeah.
and then you press print. Now, do you see what I'm seeing too? Now this says print.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people don't know this trick. I don't know if you know it, but when you print, it's gonna do to your actual printer, right?
Yeah.
This is one trick a lot of people don't know. Press on print. Instead of printing, you actually save as PDF.
Yes, PDF. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Okay. If it's not there, it's gonna be under show more. Save as PDF.
Mm-hmm.
And then you print, you save it, and it's gonna ask you where do you want to save it. I already have it saved in there. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna press cancel. So on my file, it's under pictures, logos, and it's right here.
Great.
See, I edited it and I cut off the
Yeah.
thing. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes it won't let you do it because it's a PDF file. Well, what I mean is this. So once you have that and you're able now to edit this, all you do is you click on things you want to replace. That's it. That's simple. You click on this, you left click it, and then you right click it, and it says right here, replace image.
Yeah.
And you go here, upload from computer. You go where you left the picture at.
Yeah.
So I left it right here,
Correct.
and then it's replaced with your info. Now, sometimes it won't let you do it if it's a PDF version. So what you got to do is, instead of saving this, you got to take a screenshot. So how do you take a screenshot? With most Windows, you press the you press the Alt button, the Shift button, and the S button.
Hmm.
Oh, wait. Maybe hold on. Actually, my bad. You press the Windows button, the Shift button, and the S at the same time in order. Windows Shift S, and you press at the same time, and just, and then it comes with this, and then you're able to do this. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And then it saves as a screenshot, and you edit it, you name it however you want to name it. Sometimes you got to do that, or else you won't be able to find it here when you edit this. And you won't be able to find it. Okay. Now your business card, that's something you got to reach to your manager, because we do it with Vistaprint. So we'll send you a copy of yours through through email, and you can have it there. That's what you're gonna edit, and that's it. That's all you edit to make it yours. The other thing you gotta edit is a QR code. This is the QR code that we give to people so they can download the Child Safety Kit app. This is my agent QR code. So if they, on the app, they can actually refer people within their app. If they refer 20 people within their app, those referrals are going to come to me. We want those referrals to come to you, though. So that means you got to make it with your own. So you go to ws.ailife.com. This is the same. Oh man, this is the same. Wow. This is the same. You should be very familiar with. Hold up. New age more. Oh, there we go. Okay, ignore that. But anyways, we'll show you how to download this later.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's how you make it your own. Okay. And then here's the AD&D review text messages. So this text messages, you should have it already saved on your phone. This is a message that we send to people that they refer. Okay.
Wow, great.
And then here's the presentation tips. Please go through it before checkout. Okay. Questions?
Everything's good so far. Just gotta read everything through. Thank you. This is
All right,
great.
man. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna stop the recording. Thanks for helping me out.
Thank you. This was great.